Hi everyone, Kate here from MakingSenseMatter.com, frugal living blog where I write tips and tricks our family of 5 is using to help us save money and become debt-free. And today I'm going to show you how we set up our budget for the week of December 17th through December 23rd. And here I'm showing you we have 4 bills due. But before I get into all that, I want to set up our pages for the week. If you've seen my previous video, you'll know how I set it up, but if you're new, here's what I do. I divide the top row in half, and at the very top of this first row is where I keep track of our income. At the bottom is where I keep track of any money that I put into our savings account. The second row of boxes is where I keep track of our expenses, so our bills that are due for the week and how much cash I take out for our envelopes. And finally, the bottom row is where I keep track of our other spending, and by that I mean what was spent on the debit card for the week. This can be fuel, doctor's co-pays, prescriptions, and so on and so on. This time of year, I also mark what we spent on Christmas gifts here. We do have a separate savings account for gifting, but it just reminds me that we did spend some of that money and I need to move it from the savings account back into the checking account. And then at the bottom in the highlighted spaces is where I keep a running tally of our income. We use a zero-based budget, so I like to make sure that every penny that comes in is given a purpose and we don't go over budget. And our income is currently salary paid weekly. I know about how much we will get paid, but I like to write it in when the direct deposit comes in. But in January, we're switching from a weekly pay to a monthly pay, so my setups will start to look a little different, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. And so I'm going to start by marking in our insurance bill that's due on the 21st. At the time that I filmed this, they hadn't posted the amount due yet, but I can tell you we budget about $245 per month. This is a high estimate, meaning that what we pay is actually lower. And our insurance bill is for 5 life insurance policies, our car insurance, and our homeowner's insurance. So while it may seem like a really high bill every month, it's actually quite reasonable over all 7 policies. Now here I'm just looking for stickers to help me mark the remaining bills that are due, and I'm not really finding anything that, I want to use this time. I've used quite a bit of these stickers, and some of them I just know I'm never going to use. But I do remember that in this book there's a couple other stickers that'll work. And so I'm going to start on the 19th and mark that we have a credit card bill due. It's one of the debts in our debt snowball. I pay $200 on this a month. On the 18th, our cell phone bill is due. I use Straight Talk and pay roughly $48 per month. This is the only for one line. Hubs' cell phone is a company phone, so his employer pays the bill. And our kids don't have cell phones yet, even my 13-year-old. And finally on the 20th, I'm going to mark our electric bill. Just like the insurance bill, when I filmed this, they hadn't posted the amount, but I budget $150 per month. It's the higher end of our budget, and it happens in the summer. In the winter, it's usually around $110. Any remaining money from the paycheck on the 13th, I can just send it to our snowball on the 19th before we receive our paycheck on the 20th. And then I'm going to pull out the Supermom book to mark our income and our savings, and a reminder to take out cash for the week. Like I said, I like to write in our income when we receive it. It makes it so I don't have to scribble it out all the time, and I really don't like writing in pencil in this. I will, but I don't like to. But what we move over in savings each week is consistent, and so I will mark that in. $90 will go into a general savings account. It's for bills that aren't monthly, like our trash bill, propane delivery, car registration, and so on. $60 is going to go into a gifting account. And then $15 goes into a sinking fund for when Hubs' company takes out money based on his usage of a company truck. That way we're not stuck with a less than ideal income for that week. And now here on the side, I'm going to mark down our cash envelopes for the week. I don't always take out cash for every envelope because some envelopes I do put a cap on, but I just like to mark it on the side as a reminder. That way if I'm not taking out cash for that envelope for the week, I can simply cross it off. I know the category wasn't forgotten, it just wasn't needed. And so the categories I'm writing down are food, $160, household including toiletry items, $20, vacation, $20, lunch money for the kids' lunch accounts at school is $10 for January, $10 each. Personal for me is $10, but I've already crossed it out. I'm on a no spend for 11 weeks. My parents get $10 each week, and then the rest have a cap on them. Pets, clothing, and fun each at 20, but they have a cap of 40. And then so finally, I'm just gonna add in some deco from the Squad Goals book, make it a little more festive. I don't like to overcrowd it because it does need to remain functional for me, but at the same time, I do need it to look pretty so I can kind of keep coming back to it and keep referring to it. So let me ask you a question. Do you guys leave your bill due dates as they are, or do you switch them to match your pay dates? We currently leave them as is, but we've been considering moving them to match our new pay date starting in January. I'm not quite sure what we'll do yet. Let me know in the comments below what it is that you do. And that's about it for the week. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know by liking this video. If you want to see how I fill this in as we budget for the week, leave me a comment below. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you, and see you next time.